92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know what a fun little thing that I like to do is?
I don't want to know.
I like to find somebody who's into me, right? Thinks I'm good looking. There's a few of them out there. And is attracted to me. And then I just like to use them.
That's not
for like
fun. That's mean.
rides places, buy me things once in a while, free meals if I'm ever strapped for cash. It's really a fun thing.
What is wrong with you, dude?
That's actually what I think happened to James, who emailed us for a second date update. He's on the phone with us right now. James, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think you got used, man. I read your email. We'll talk about it in just a second, but I think that you just got used.
Wow.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
Jubal's good at that.
You're welcome.
Salt wound. It's all good.
Let's talk about your date first. So the girl you want us to call, her name is Kelsey, right?
That's right.
And your email said that you met her at a party. You tell us a little bit about meeting her.
It was a rooftop party, probably about 100 people there. A lot of really good-looking women, but for some reason she really stood out. And I walked up to her, and I used a cheesy pickup line on her and said that I would like to rearrange the alphabet where I put you and I together.
Oh,
really?
God.
Cool.
And that actually worked?
Was it to be funny?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, good.
Yeah, whatever.
Good.
I was really worried you'd be like, no, I thought that's, women like that. So
Yeah.
how did she react when you hit her with your cheesy pickup line?
She laughed, and she said that I was stupid.
That's awesome.
All right.
And she's right.
So you guys hung out at the party the whole evening?
Yeah, we hung out the entire night, but I mean, I wanted to play it a little cool, so I kept, walking away from her and coming back.
Oh.
Just trying to play hard to get. And every once in a while I'd look over my shoulder, and she would look at me, and
And then you'd turn around and be like, I don't care about you. Whatever, my name is James. I'm doing my thing.
Did you guys go on a date after this?
it was the end of the night, and I knew my plan had worked because she came up to me. It was totally what I had planned.
I bet.
She was playing into your little hand, wasn't she?
Pickup line.
Yeah, you're the winner of the game, except you're on the phone for a second date update right now, which means it probably didn't work out that well. So she came up to you at the end of the night, and what did she say to you?
She said that her friends had left, and she needed a ride home. I figured she was definitely into me.
Yeah. That's
Now,
awesome.
normally, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
As a guy, you're like, oh, sweet. I know what she wants. But that's not exactly what happened, is it?
No, I totally thought I was going to score. I'm like, cool, this is a great night. So I dropped her off, and she gave me a polite peck on the cheek. And now, of course, I was expecting a little more, but I didn't want to push it. I thought maybe I'd probably see. I mean, I really thought I was going to see her again. And she gets up to get out of the car, and right before she was leaving, I said, hey, can I call you again? And she's like, yeah, sure, call me.
So
Yeah, sure.
So she didn't go, thank you for the ride, hero man, and give you a big kiss and go, here's my number, call me. You actually kind of had to beg her
Yeah.
for her phone number.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
James,
What has the response been since that night? You've texted her a few times?
Yeah, I called her twice, and I texted her about 3 times.
ooh. James, do you think that you were reading like every cue wrong? Because it sounds to me like she just thought you were a nice guy. Like it doesn't sound like she was super interested.
I don't know. I mean, she kept looking at me the entire night, so I don't... I mean,
Yeah,
it seems
she
like,
needed a ride home.
yeah, exactly.
It sounds to me like she knew that you were into her, and she was like, well, all my other friends left.
Oh,
I'll have that dude give me a ride home.
No, God, I hope not. I mean, that would really suck.
And what has her response been since has she texted you back? Has she called you anything?
I just got one text from her, and she said that she was really busy.
oh, that's always bad.
Another good sign. So
Oh, James.
Yeah.
James. Sweet James.
everything looks pretty good for you right now,
Oh,
James.
man. I want you to brace yourself for when we call her.
You guys think it's really that bad?
It just sounds like there's a lot of signals there that would mean that she's really not that into you.
It's not bad if you just wanted a friend.
Do you still want to give her a call?
Yeah, I'd really love to hear from her, and I felt we had a connection.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Great.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for the second date update, James is on the phone. He wants us to call Kelsey. He met Kelsey at a party, played it coy the entire night, was like, hey, what's up? We'll talk for a minute, and then go to another part of the room, hit on other girls, trying to let her know, hey, you're not the only girl in town. He thinks it worked because she asked him for a ride home at the end of the night. I think he got used for a ride home at the end of the night because she didn't have any other options, and she knew that he liked her. James, are you about ready to give Kelsey a call?
Oh, yeah.
And are you wanting to ask Kelsey out on a date, or do you just want to know why she's not calling you back?
Yeah, I definitely want to know why she's not calling me back. But, I would love to go out with her, too. She was really cool. I had a good time with her.
All right, well, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is Kelsey there?
is this she?
Hey, Kelsey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
From where? From the radio?
Yes. Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
Ring a bell?
Yeah, I've heard of you guys. Yeah,
Nice. How are you today?
I'm okay. I am really wondering why you're calling me.
We recently had a listener email us about you.
Okay.
It's someone that you met at a party. They liked you a lot, and they would love to take you out on a date.
Okay. Who is it?
That person's name is James.
Yeah, I met him at a party. He was really nice.
I love that response.
You basically just verbally patted him on the
Yeah,
head
you
right
did.
now and told him to run
You did.
along. Is there something that you didn't like about James? Not even to give him a chance to go out on a date with him?
I didn't even, that was a really crazy night. It was a really crazy night, and,
Can I tell you what James told us about the evening?
okay.
He said that he met you at a rooftop party, and you guys were flirty and stuff like that, and then at the end of the night, you came up and asked him for a ride home, which, to a guy, usually says, all right, I'm about to get some.
Yeah.
And usually, we're wrong about that.
Yeah,
But
there we go.
to a guy, that's what it means. So James thought you were definitely interested in him, and then he was kind of shocked when you got out of the car and didn't even ask for his number. He had to beg you to get your number, and now you just keep saying that you're busy and won't, go out with him.
I know. I feel really bad about that. I do. I feel really bad about asking him for a ride, and
My theory on the whole thing was that you didn't have any other option to get home, and you knew that he liked you, so you kind of used him for a ride.
that's not completely the case.
Completely. But it's 99.9%.
I do feel bad. It was just such a crazy night, and I did like him, but something happened later, and it's just not going to work out.
So
You were
did-
interested in going out with him, but now you're not?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold
I
on, though.
was.
Because the date you guys both describe, or the party you both describe, wasn't crazy.
Well, the party wasn't so crazy. I maybe was a little crazy that night. This is so embarrassing. I don't think I should be telling you what happened.
Oh, come on.
He wants to know.
You should go against that.
So earlier in the night, I had hooked up with this other guy
Whoa.
Like, in a,
Like at the party or at home?
at the party.
what do you mean, like in a
Nice.
bathroom?
Like the party was on the roof, so we went down into the apartment.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
And
All right.
this is crazy. I like it.
So you do that, and then you're like, this guy's not going to give me a ride home. I can tell he's kind of a jerk. I'll ask the nice guy.
right, he left. The guy left.
Oh, no.
But the worst part is that I found out later he's James's best friend.
So wait,
That they're really friends.
the guy that you hooked up with is James is the nice guy's... Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
So when I asked him for the ride home, I didn't know that.
So wait, okay.
I wasn't, he was really nice and whatever, but I had hooked up with this other guy, and then, and so I just thought I would just go home for the night, and then James gave me a ride, and then later when I found out that he and Nick were best friends, I couldn't call James back
man.
and
Wow.
go out with him.
Are you currently talking to the other dude, or was this just a one-night thing?
It was just it was just
Damn,
crazy
girl.
moment.
Wow.
You are a player. Holy hell.
I like how you tried to tell me that.
That's
Oh,
why this is embarrassing.
Man, you don't need to be embarrassed. I mean, if you're going to do it, then do it. And at least you have some respect for James's feelings.
Yeah, but poor James, though.
yeah.
She didn't know.
Have you talked to his buddy since then, or you're just
No.
that was just it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
But James wants to go out with you.
But what I mean, I can't tell him
No, you can't
what
do that.
happened.
You know what, Kelsey? You kind of already did tell him
Yeah.
because James is on the phone and heard what you just said.
Shut the up.
Nope.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. James, go ahead and say hi to Kelsey.
Wow. Hi.
Hi. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
I'm just thoroughly disgusted.
Oh,
Wow.
James, that's a
James.
strong
Come
word.
on. No, wait. That's not fair. That's not. I mean, I didn't know you yet. I didn't even know you guys were friends. I just didn't know that you guys knew each other. I didn't even know at the beginning of the night that what was going to happen at the end. And
Wait, how did you not know we knew each other? We kind of hung out the entire night.
well, I figured you guys knew each other, but it wasn't until the next day that I found out that you guys were like best friends.
And let's face it, James, you guys didn't hang out the entire night. I'm sure there was a 15-minute span you guys weren't together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were flirting with girls, like a bunch of girls all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I meant by the 15-minute span you weren't together was I was talking about when he was downstairs hooking up with Kelsey. That's what I meant by that.
And how could your buddy not tell you that happened? I mean, isn't that the first thing you do is you go and brag to your friends?
Yeah, he was saying that he hooked up with someone, but I had no idea who it was. I didn't think it was you.
So he actually told you and he was bragging about it? Because I would be if I did that at a party.
Yeah, totally. We were doing high fives and everything. I'm like, yeah, good for you, man. Got some.
Yeah. I got some tail. He's like, you got laid? I almost
Yeah.
got laid. Dude.
You're like, I'm hoping to. Maybe I'll just end up driving yours home tonight.
Why did you ask me for a ride home? Couldn't you have gotten a cab or something?
Well, because by then I knew that nothing was going to happen between me and Nick, and so I was interested in you, and I wasn't going to take you home and sleep with two people on the same day.
Well, that's
Come
boring.
on.
No, I thought I would text you back, but then when I found out that you and Nick were best friends, I assumed you knew. I assumed that
Yeah, well-
you had found out.
Thank God for your morals and decency.
Oh.
Which she does have. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
James.
sure.
It's only bad because I did it, but if it was you or your friend, you guys are giving high fives to each other, like you said. So,
Amen. True.
Yeah, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
He's like, I wish it was.
I would love for you guys to go out on a second date.
Oh, my God.
I really would. Kelsey, would you go out with James again? We will pay for a second date.
I would if he, can get over this. I would.
You would.
Really?
James, would you like to go out with Kelsey?
Hell no. Are you kidding me?
What?
How am I going to live that down with my friend? Really?
How are you going to live it down now at all? And no matter what, if I was your buddy after I hooked up with anybody, I'd
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A rec sports league is a good way to meet people. I know that I've met people that way before. Anytime I've been in one, I always meet people because I played dodgeball a while back, and it was just like, anybody who hits me gets me.
What?
Yeah,
What
it's a
league were you-
good way to meet people. Although, I was just playing by myself. I would just hit myself with the ball, and then things would happen. It was,
Okay.
but it was fun, though.
I don't think you have to sign up for a rec league for that.
And Andrea, who's on the phone right now, met the dude she wants to call at a rec sports league. What sport was it, Andrea?
We actually play kickball.
Kickball, all right. Anybody
on
who kicks me gets me.
No.
Is that what happened?
For everything.
No, it doesn't quite work like that.
God,
Kind of weird rec leagues are you joining?
Everything. Baseball.
you're so
What's
weird.
what's the name of the guy you want to call today?
Dennis.
Dennis, all right.
Is Dennis on your team or was he on an opposing team? Was he a competitor?
He was actually on an opposing team, and he was a newbie, so I'd never seen him before.
I do feel like I played kickball for a while, and it's kind of hard to meet somebody on the other team because, I mean, other than if you're like on first base and he makes it to first base, you're not spending a lot of time with them.
Well, when we were out on the field together, he and I sort of locked eyes kind of immediately, so I feel like there was a thing, and we were kind of like flirting with our eyes.
Okay.
Oh, all
so
right.
when did you guys finally talk?
After we were done, we kind of wished them, like, good game, we won. And as a consolation prize, I was like, hey, you should come out with us and, like, have a drink afterwards and, bring your team,
Okay.
So we got to hang out after.
Okay, so you guys didn't get drunk and brawl each other because there was still a lot of bad blood?
I mean, we don't get too rowdy unless, like, someone on the other team's a jerk, but they were all really nice.
Okay.
Well, and that's like an awesome low pressure way to meet somebody too. Because if it turns out that you don't like him, it's easy to just go hang out with your friends.
That's what I figured, and it wouldn't be awkward like me asking him on a date. It was just like, yeah, let's go chill and have a couple beers,
How was it?
It was awesome. I mean, we really connected. The conversation was super easy. He's hilarious and really sweet, and I was like, yeah, like, I would love to go out with you again another time. Maybe we can get have dinner. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess this is like moving into date territory.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So did you actually make it to dinner, or has he not called you back from this meeting?
No, I mean, we texted for a while, and then he wanted to go out and do like a quote-unquote surprise fun activity. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. And so we set a date to go out.
What'd you guys do? What was the surprise?
It's actually a really cute idea. We went to this cooking class at Williams-Sonoma, and I thought it was like a super sweet idea, like a kind of a couple-y thing, but whatever, like, fun first date. And we learned to make lasagna.
Fun!
Okay.
Oh my God, and he had to have been totally into you. I mean, that is a commitment, right?
Cooking
And they're
class.
not cheap, those classes.
Yeah, and if you're like not getting along, you're kind of stuck for like,
Right.
almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, at least you got lasagna out of the deal if you guys didn't get along. But
Guaranteed.
how did everything go?
It was awesome. I mean, I just feel like we really clicked. It was so comfortable, and it was just so fun. And then I suggested we go get another drink, but he had to get up super early the next day, so he was like, oh, I'm probably just going to go home. So we walked out of the place, and he just gave me a hug and then went his separate way, which I thought was kind of weird, like no kiss, no like, I want to see you again. And to me, that was kind of strange after like the awesome time we just had.
Getting up early feel like an excuse to get out of there?
I know he has an intense job from what he was telling me, but like it was a little bit weird, I think. I mean, I don't know. This kind of thing happens to me all the time, so I'm not really sure. Like,
What do you mean it happens to you all the time? Like, dudes are always like, I got to get up early when you're on a date?
Did you?
well, I just feel like I have these really awesome first dates, and I'm like into the guy, and then he just kind of wants to hook up, or like I just never hear from him again. And I don't really get it because,
I think that's really common, though.
well, yeah, I mean, not to brag, but like I think I'm a catch. Like I'm cute, and I have a good job, and I'm not a psycho, I don't think. And
That's probably the problem. Most psychos don't think they're psychos. So
There it is.
well, I mean, I feel like if you ask my friends, they'd be like, no, you're super grounded and down to earth. And
You seem nice.
And I'm like in my mid-20s and ready to settle down and take things seriously. And I don't know, like, if I'm doing something weird or if I'm just picking the wrong guys.
Can you think of a moment that there was any like lowlights of the date?
I don't know if I said something or if, like, he just got tired. And I texted him the next morning and was like, hey, I had an awesome time. Like, I would love to do that again sometime soon. And he was like, yeah, me too. But then nothing ever happened. Like, he stopped texting and he never asked me out. So
Oh, wow.
It's been like a week.
Okay. A week. Wow. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank
All right.
you.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hi, and welcome back to today's second date update. Today we're going to be cooking up some love.
Oh.
We're going to teach you how to do that. First, you take 1 part Andrea, and then mix in 1 part Dennis. and keep mixing for about an hour, and then strain out the Dennis. And all you're left with is Andrea.
Oh, okay, still
Well, that
delicious,
wasn't
but...
love that we cooked up. That was a disappointment souffle. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no.
Because Andrea is on the phone right now, and she wants to call a dude named Dennis. They went out to a cooking class. She said they had a great time. At the end of the evening, he said he was tired and had to get up early for work, so he left, gave her a hug, and they texted one time, and he said he'd like to go out again. But other than that, she has not heard from him at all in over a week. So we're going to figure out if he does actually want to see her again or if he's blowing her off. All right, Andrea, you ready to go?
I'm super ready. I thought this guy might have some long-term potential, and I don't get it. So
Yeah.
I want to get some answers.
I don't get it for you either. I'm hoping, like, best case scenario, he dropped his phone in the toilet and just hasn't been able to call you.
Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty dumb, but it's possible. Whatever it might be, I just want to know.
Okay. Well, here we go. I'm going to dial his phone number.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Dennis.
This is him.
Dennis, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm doing well. Who is this?
Are you Dennis from the kickball team?
I might be, depending on who's asking.
Well, I'm asking actually on behalf of somebody who listens to our show.
Okay. Yes, I am Dennis from the kickball team.
Sweet. Well, Dennis from the kickball team, I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. And Andrea from the other kickball team, and then also from going to a cooking class with you, is...
Oh, okay. So this is about Andrea.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to know what's going on. Okay.
It's all good. I know it's confusing, but yeah, Andrea emailed us because she said that you guys went out on a date and she liked you a lot, but you've kind of been blowing her off.
Yeah, I guess you could look at it like that.
Were you meaning to get back to her and you just haven't had a chance to? Because she said the last thing you texted her is like, yeah, let's go out again, and then nothing.
To be honest, I kind of just said that.
Why?
So you didn't want to see her again?
No, it's not. Okay. I don't really know how to explain this. So I knew her from, like, playing her in kickball.
She told us that part.
Yeah. So when you're playing kickball, like, you look completely different. Like, I was in shorts, everyone's sweaty, everyone's hair is up. Everyone is not their best look.
Right, so shouldn't that be a good thing if you find somebody on the opposite team that you're still attracted to when they're not, like, all made up?
Okay, but she looked fine. I mean, like, she's great looking. But then when she shows up to the date, she looks immaculate. Like, if she was a 7 or 8 on the field, she was like a 15.
Wow. That's
So she-
Oh, I get it. So you don't want to call her back because she's incredibly attractive. That makes perfect sense.
Well, first of all, I was, like, way more incredibly nervous because I'm a very insecure person.
Okay, I guess you know that about yourself, so that's...
Yeah, you're secure
Good.
enough to know that you're insecure.
Yeah.
You're that self-aware.
What's made even worse was, okay, so we go to the cooking class. I'm like, okay, you're going to mess this up. Don't mess this up. I'm, like, kind of not petrified, but close to it. And I'm looking around, and I'm seeing all of these guys are, like, staring at her. So I'm kind of like, because we kept dating or whatever, I'd be like, okay, so who's on your phone? Who are you texting? Like, I don't want to be that dude.
So wait, you're selling yourself right now, Dennis, as an insecure, jealous guy.
I mean, it's not something I would put on my resume, but yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's actually impressive that you're...
honest.
But
Yeah.
what made matters worse was that she was like, we're just, like, talking about, like, past jobs that we had as we're, like, making lasagna. And she goes, oh, yeah, no, I used to be a fashion model. Like, it was just like it was a casual thing. Like, yeah, I used to work for Barnum & Bailey's. Like, I used to be, one of the tightrope walkers, And I know that if we were dating, I would be completely jealous, and that would literally keep me up at night.
Oh my God, I want to slap some confidence into you.
I'm not going to lie, it is kind of weird, but good for you, Dennis, for being, like, aware enough to know that it's going to be hard to date her because you're going to be jealous all the time.
It's like, I just don't like the way that it makes me feel of being a jealous guy. You know what I mean?
But it's not about the way other people feel about her. It's all about you and the way you feel about yourself because you don't feel worthy enough to date her. You don't think that she would choose you.
I am confident enough to date her. It would just make me a more jealous guy of all the people that would want to date her as well.
What you're saying is you wouldn't want to date her because whenever she's out, you'd be thinking about other dudes hitting on her. And then if you dated somebody who you think is less attractive to other people, you'd probably be less of a head case. Is that right?
Right. So I wouldn't be worried about all of these people that want to be with her.
So you try to look for someone who you think nobody would want to hit on in order to be happy in a relationship. That's what you need.
That would be great. That would actually work out for me.
I mean, I can respect the honesty. I mean, you're not getting into a relationship with someone and then you're going to be jealous and then you're going to ruin both your time and her time.
But
I mean, nobody wants to be with a jealous person. I'm sure Andrea doesn't. Actually, you know what, Dennis? Let's ask Andrea because she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation. So,
Wait, what?
yeah, she's on the phone. So it'd be good to get her to weigh in on this. You there, Andrea?
Yes, I am. Hello there, Dennis.
Hi, Andrea. You should have told me that you were there before. Okay.
I've never heard anything like this before. Like, what?
I don't know if...
Dude,
can anybody kind of
I
see what I'm
mean,
talking about?
I don't know whether to laugh at you or feel bad for you or feel disgusted by you. Like, I think I feel all three things in one.
I'm with you on that one.
Well, so you feel all of those things because I was honest?
Okay,
Completely honest.
you are what's wrong with guys. You put so much value on looks, and why are you like a little boy who is scared to have an attractive girlfriend? Like, you should be proud.
No, I'm not.
And if
You
can't be,
let me
sorry,
honest.
Dennis. Let me finish talking. At least let me say two things before you dominate the conversation. You
Well, this
can't
is
be
what Congress
confident
said.
and jealous at the same time. Okay,
it's true.
That's not possible.
Okay, are you finished?
Yes. Thanks for asking.
You're so welcome. I'm glad this has been such a lovely discourse between me and you. No, you're telling me that you don't get hit on a lot?
What's the problem with that? It's not like I'm going to go sleep with every guy. I'm not a dude. If I like you, I'm going to date you. I thought your self-deprecating humor was kind of charming, and now I'm realizing like I seriously just dodged a bullet. You're kind of pathetic, dude.
I mean,
Well, I'm the pathetic one who called into a radio station because they couldn't get...
Man, this is good. I don't even want to interrupt this. You guys are good at arguing with each other.
now the woman that's too hot is pathetic?
Honestly, though, like,
Well, obviously-
it's so sad that guys just can't tell you the truth up front. I have to go call
Why does it have to be a difference between guys
ask
and
them.
girls? Give me a break. I'm not the one who called and was like, I want another day with this person.
I'm really glad that this all happened because you saved me from a giant, horrible, disgusting mistake.
Well, hold on, Andrea. You don't know yet. Andrea, you don't know yet for sure. Dennis, would you like to go on a second date with Andrea? We'll pay for it.
Why not? She was very attractive. I'm kidding. No, I would not want to.
Shocker.
Wow. You know what? I would take a date with somebody else, though, a good guy who has some confidence and isn't scared to date a powerful woman. That's what I would like.
Okay. You're the one who called the radio station. You don't get to be like, well, yeah, you really saved me. That's bull. Yeah, okay. Just do that and shut up.
What? You just told me to shut up?
Yes, I did. I just told you to shut up. Tell me more about the
God,
differences
you just
between
want
men
a
and
woman you can dominate and control, and you are terrifying. You're like a sociopath.
Hey, both you guys.
Weird. Wow.
Normally when we do these things, like someone on the phone usually is like, "Are we done now?" And I have to ask both of you because now both of you guys are in control. Are we done? Can we finish this thing?
Yeah, I have nothing more to say.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear, like, the problem with the situation, and it is clearly Dennis.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that means we're done.
You guys can text each other after this.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out. I don't know. Lost control of this thing somehow, but you guys aren't going out again, right? I just want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
No!
Okay, got you. Thank you. See you later.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Every dude listening right now is texting in at 78592, and they're wanting a date with Andrea from the second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed it, Andrea wanted to call this dude named Dennis. They met at kickball, and I would never thought I'd hear a guy tell us that she's too attractive to date.
Because
But that's exactly what Dennis told us when we got him on the phone. They met playing kickball. Dennis admitted that if he was going to date her, he would always be jealous and would always be worried about all the other dudes in the world hitting on her. And he said that he just can't date her because he knows himself too well and he would just be too jealous.
And he's not honest with himself, though, because he's like, but I have plenty of confidence.
Yeah, super
I'm like,
confident.
No, actually, that's not being honest at all. Just because you say you're honest doesn't mean you're actually being honest.
I'm insecure and confident.
Yeah. I don't know.
Andrea thought it was a really stupid excuse
Crazy.
and wondered why Dennis wouldn't trust her if they were in a relationship together. But Dennis still held strong and was like, I just wouldn't be able to. You're way too hot. In the end, no second date. So.
I think it worked out better for everybody.
Yeah. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date, Henry is on the phone with us today. He wants to call a girl named Leslie. They met at a 5K. Before the race, he was like, hey, I bet you if I beat you, I have to take you out for lunch. And then she giggled and was like, okay. And then he ended up beating her, and they went out to lunch, and apparently they had a romantic lunchtime date after their race. And at a certain point, that romantic lunch date turned straight up down and dirty. When he says the conversation turned to all sorts of sexual things. Something that usually doesn't happen over lunch on a first date. So he's very confused how he would have this open of a conversation with a girl and she would not be calling him back. Henry, are you ready to give Miss Dirty Talk a call?
I'm ready.
And find out why she's not getting back to you?
I'm ready.
And are you thinking of her as like this could be a potential girlfriend, or are you just really curious on whether or not she truly is wild in the sack?
Both.
Okay.
All right.
That's commendable.
Nice. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out why she's not getting back to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Leslie, please?
Yes, this is her.
Hey, Leslie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
What exactly is this regarding?
It's regarding somebody that you recently went on a date with.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date with somebody that listens to our show and you haven't been calling them back. So he actually emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you've been blowing him off.
Who is it?
His name is Henry.
Oh, Lord.
You remember Henry? He said that you guys met at a 5K and then went out for lunch after?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're not calling Henry back? He says he's tried to get a hold of you a bunch.
There definitely is a reason.
Do you mind sharing it with us so that we can tell him?
I don't even know what happened. It was like, when I met him at the road race, he was really funny. He was, telling some jokes, and I thought that was kind of cute. And
He said that he made a little bet with you before you guys started running.
Yeah, he did. That was, it was kind of cute. It was a little cocky, but it was cute.
All right, well, it sounds like you liked him a lot, so what was it that turned you off?
Well, it was a normal date at first. We sat down, and we were talking about my job.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the conversation went from my job to sex.
Oh,
and
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How do you even make that transition?
I have no idea. All of a sudden, he started asking about me and my sexual experiences with other people and other women, and I was like, what? Where did this come from?
And just out of the blue, nowhere, he just goes down a weird sexual path on you.
Yes, out of nowhere. it just caught me off guard. I didn't know what to do, so I just went along with it.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah, I mean, what would you do if you were in my situation? Yeah. Like, he just started talking to me about multiple partners, and I was stuck. I had no idea what I was doing. It was like an out-of-body experience, really.
We talked to him, and he said that you guys both mutually started talking about all kinds of sexual stuff.
No. He definitely brought it up. And all I wanted to do was get out of there. That was all that I was thinking about. Like, how can I end this lunch so that I can, like, leave as fast as possible?
Why didn't you tell him that those are totally inappropriate questions during a lunch date and you're just not comfortable?
I mean, I guess I was so in shock about how the conversation just took a turn sexual.
That is so weird. We talked to him, and like I said, he was just like, oh, she started talking about it, and then we both started talking about it.
I had nothing to do with it. And actually, at one point, he said, and I quote, "Oh, I'm totally into that. I'd be down for that." And I didn't even say anything sexual at all.
That is, I wonder what he was thinking he'd be down for. Wouldn't you love to ask him?
Oh, my God.
No, I don't ever want to talk to him
That's
again.
a shame, because Henry's actually on the other line listening right now.
Oh, my God.
Henry.
He's on the phone?
Yes, he is. Henry, how are you going to explain yourself? What were you doing?
I don't understand. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, you were absolutely talking about sex stuff. And, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but,
Henry,
like, you started it. Like, you
I'm
started
sorry,
the
but I
talk.
never brought up sex. Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, what about all the bi talk, you know?
What?
Whoa.
The what?
You said you were bi. And so I was like, oh, you're telling me you're, like, opening up or something. I'm like, okay.
Oh, my gosh. No, I never said I was bi. Where did you get that from?
You said you were. You said you were bi-coastal. And so I just, you know, I mean, I started.
Oh, my gosh.
What? You said you were bi-coastal like 4 times. And
Yes, I said I was bi-coastal. Bi-coastal is not bisexual. Bi-coastal means I work on both the East and West Coast.
Oh, my gosh.
Not bisexual, meaning I have multiple partners. There's definitely a huge difference.
I mean, I thought it was like a slang term for that.
No.
I mean, who
No,
says bi-coastal? Who says bi-coastal like that?
A lot of people say bi-coastal, Henry.
People that are bi-coastal.
Are you serious, Henry, right now?
Oh, no.
I don't know what to say. I thought that's what it was.
So you, like, launched into a line of questions about her sexuality because you thought that she was confessing to you that she was bisexual?
Yeah, I guess that's what I thought.
Oh, sweet
Henry. Yeah,
feel bad
bi-coastal
for you.
is a very popular phrase for people that work on both the East and the West Coast. And so was it after she said that you were like, ooh, I'm into that?
She just jumped into it.
She kept talking. She kept talking about it, so I thought, oh, she wants to talk about our sexualities. Okay.
Henry, you are such a dumb. I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Everything that
I really genuinely thought it was like a slang term. I'm not an idiot, and I thought you were trying to ask me if I was into it. So I was kind of encouraging. I'm not like homophobic or bisexual phobic or something.
Obviously not. You're actually very pro bisexuality, judging from your conversation.
Henry, either way, I mean, mix up or no mix up, you don't ask about sexual experiences on the first date. You
Oh,
just
come
don't.
on, Leslie. You can see that it was a mistake. It's almost endearing.
Thank you, I
That's
guess.
the word right there.
Hey, Leslie, would you like to go out on a second date with Henry? We will pay for it.
Yeah, come on.
On whatever coast you want to be on, you freak.
You know, Henry, I don't know that I can really look at you seriously anymore after our first date. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm sorry too.
Sorry,
I wish
Henry.
you the best, though, and now I hope that this was an educational experience for you, and you can take this and into your next dating experience.
At least you learned a new word today, Henry. And just out of precaution, I just want a tricycle is a bike with 3 wheels, in case anybody ever brings that up, okay?
Yeah, I'll pass the vocab test now.
A lot of people think one of the keys to dating is if you're ever like challenging a girl to a game, I don't know, playing pool, bowling, something like that, you let them win.
No.
But that's not how you do it. You beat them down handily, and then you gloat in their face. No! And that is the best way to score a date with a girl. And that's exactly what Henry did, who's on the phone for a second date right now. He challenged her to a race, beat her, and then gloated. And now he's wondering why he's not getting a call back. I think I might know why, Henry.
That's not exactly what happened.
Okay, well, why don't you explain to me what happened then? Because your email said that you met her while you guys were running and you challenged her to a race and beat her.
Right. So it was a 5K, and we met while stretching. I was stretching. We were both alone.
Both alone stretching? That sounds very intimate already.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of intimate.
Did you make comments about her being very bendy and how you like that?
So creepy.
No, I steered clear of those sorts of comments.
Okay.
We were stretching, and I noticed her. She was cute. We flirted. I was just, asking her if she was excited about the run. Had she done this sort of stuff before? Just, basic flirting, getting to know you stuff. And she seemed really cool. I was like, oh my God, this is really great. So I said, I'll bet you lunch that I'll beat you.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Ooh, smart.
That's
Thanks,
cute.
Brooke. Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cute.
I mean, it's just your way to make sure that you can buy her lunch.
Yeah, the whole time I was going to buy, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to like hold her to buying me lunch. It was just a way to ask her out.
Yeah, I'm sure she understood that. So you ended up beating her, and then
I beat her handily, of course.
And you're still bragging about it.
I'm a good runner. I beat her. I waited for her, not in a creepy way, but I was just there. Everyone's having some water. I was there, and we, exchanged numbers, and we went out for lunch.
All right, and how did lunch go?
Really good. I mean, I really liked her. She was really cool and funny. It was easy, and I paid for lunch again, so I didn't, make her pay for lunch.
Well,
why'd you laugh after that? That sounded weird, like I paid for lunch, if you know what I mean.
No, I felt like you guys might think that I made her pay for lunch because of the bet.
You should have.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
a bet's a
absolutely
bet.
should have made her pay
Jubal's
for her
right.
lunch.
No.
So you said the conversation and everything was going good. Like, what are some of the things you really connected on, other than the fact that she can't run as fast as you can?
Right. I mean, there was one interesting thing I'll say. I mean, that she sort of stood out from other girls I've dated. We talked a lot about intimacy.
Intimacy, like sexual intimacy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's pretty sweet to have on a first date over lunch.
Yeah, soup and salad and talk about sex.
How'd that come up?
Wait, yeah, exactly, because it's lunchtime, it's daylight.
I mean, I don't know exactly how it came up, but regardless, she was really free and felt comfortable talking about it, and we both talked about it, and it was refreshing, because I think in our culture, like, a lot of women don't feel comfortable as they should talking about that sort of stuff.
Okay, wait, hold on, though. What exactly were you talking about? Like, the craziest places you guys have ever done it?
We didn't get that far into it, but, we just sort of talked about how we feel about sex. I got the impression that she was kind of wild. I mean, she basically said as much.
Wow. She actually said that she's wild.
In so many words.
Wow. I'm guessing you got a kiss at the end of the date then, at least.
We hugged at the end of the date, actually.
Wow, she does sound like a wild one.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, again, it was afternoon, and, first date, for me, I generally think, like, a first date, not much is going to happen in that way, but no, it didn't feel like I was, like, hugging my sister or something, like it felt like
okay,
there was chemistry there.
So you're saying that she's wild, and you guys talked about all kinds of intimacy, all kinds of sexual stuff on your first date, and then you ended it with a hug. I'm guessing your talk wasn't really as hot and heavy as I'm picturing it in my mind. Yeah. It's like one time I kissed a guy on the cheek. Ooh, she's a naughty girl.
No, trust me, it was more than that. I know it might not sound like it, lunch date, hugging, but like it was pretty hot.
All right. But if it was so hot, then why do you think you're not getting a call back?
I mean, I don't know. I texted her after. I didn't hear back. I waited a couple days. I texted her again, and I still didn't hear back. So I'm worried that maybe she felt like obligated because of the race, because I bet her that if I win, that she would have taken me out for lunch.
She felt like she had no choice but to go out with you because before the race, you were like, if I beat you, I got to take you out to lunch. She's like, damn it, I didn't want to actually go out with this guy.
He has to.
I know, but I feel like it can't be that because, again, like she was able to open up with me about personal stuff. I felt a real connection. So it just seems like it couldn't be that.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date then, okay?
Thank you, sure.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update. Coming.
Are you absolutely terrible at dating? Then go ahead and email us, brookeandjubal at moving925.com. We'll do a second date update for you. Again, if you go out with someone and they don't call you back, we'll call and ask them why. We've got Alexa on the phone right now. Alexa, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Pretty good. You emailed us about a dude named Jeremy. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Jeremy. Well, we met a couple months ago. We were both on a Habitat for Humanity project.
Cute.
Yeah, and I noticed him right away. He's super cute, and like, you know, I figure people that are doing that kind of like
Boring?
No,
Super boring?
No, they're
Yeah.
exciting
Care
and do
about
good
other people.
All right, anyway, so you met him there, and then what happened?
I met him there, and like got to know each other a little bit. Like he seemed like nice, and kind of got the vibe that he was interested. So I actually asked him out.
Okay.
He was talking one day about football, and I don't know anything about football, and he's like obsessed. He loves it.
All right.
So I kind of was like, let's go watch a game sometime, and like I'll like learn about it, you know. And it
First
was
of
kind
all,
like
it's called
casual.
it's called a football match, and
That is not
and they
true.
play it on a football court. So that's what you should have said. Okay.
So did you guys go watch football?
We totally watched football. We went to this like sports bar kind of place and watched games and like, you know, had beers, and it was really nice.
Okay.
How'd the date end?
Well, it just kind of petered out, honestly. Like it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just I felt like his vibe changed like as we went through it, and it kind of started to seem like depressed.
Did his team lose?
Yeah, but
Because
I didn't.
Did he seem upset after he lost? Like he didn't want to be there, or like what happened?
Yeah, kind of. But I also just felt like even before that, his attention to me had kind of gone away. Like,
All right.
I don't know what happened, but like I really liked him and I'm really attracted to him, and I felt that way from him both when we were working on the project for Habitat together and also like at the bar that day. It was going really well.
Have you tried to call him?
I sent him a text after the date being like, hey, that was so much fun, we should do it again.
How long ago was that?
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, that's a long time.
Okay. All right. We'll try to call him after this, see if he answers the phone, and ask him why he hasn't called you back.
Okay, yeah.
Are you nervous?
A little. I mean, I really liked him, and I felt even kind of like lame asking for help, but I don't want to seem desperate, and I just want to know what happened.
Okay. All right. We'll call him right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Okay, Alexa is on the phone with us right now. She went on a date with a dude named Jeremy to watch football because he's a big football fan. She didn't know anything about it. And you're ready to call him and ask him why he didn't get back to you, right, Alexa?
Yes.
All right. Did you try to talk football with him?
Like a little bit. I said I don't really know a lot about it. I mean, my dad was a huge football fan.
Right. Okay.
And
But
she didn't fake it. I mean, he
Well-
knew that she was a football virgin.
Yeah, and that's okay. The annoying part is when a girl doesn't know and then tries to talk sports with you, and you're like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Would you please stop trying to be a guy's girl? So you did the right thing. I'm just wondering. All right, we'll call him right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay.
And you can go ahead and jump in anytime you want to talk to him.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Jeremy, please?
Yeah, this is he.
What's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Nice. serious?
Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Oh, he's excited.
Calling you because I wanted to ask you a question about a mutual friend we have, a girl named Alexa.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You went out on a date with her, watched football, kind of hung out for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't called her back since your date, and we were calling you to ask why.
Why do you guys need to know?
That is an excellent question, Jeremy. Very good question.
She wants to know because she's wondering if she did something wrong. It's a segment we do on the show called Second Date Update, where if you go out on a date with someone and then they kind of blow you off, they email us to get a hold of that person.
Okay.
And the way she described it, you guys had a lot of fun on your date.
Yeah, I mean, she's a really nice person, and we went out, and then it didn't click, you know?
Any particular thing that she did that turned you off?
I mean, if I'm being honest, okay, so it's stupid, but she didn't know too much about football, and I just didn't feel the click, you know?
So just a turn off to you that she didn't know much about football?
I mean, it was kind of cool that she didn't know too much about football, you know, that she wanted to go to this bar and learn a little bit, but she was a Bears fan. I mean, I knew,
What?
Yeah.
She was a Bears fan?
Are you not a Bears
And not
fan?
just like, no, come on, Hawks, man.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not just like an annoying Bears, like, you know when somebody doesn't know what they're talking about, but they still root for it anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, okay. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Jeremy, that's Alexa.
This is Alexa.
Alexa.
This is Alexa. I'm listening.
Alexa's on the phone with us right now, Jeremy.
Are you kidding me because of a team? Because I grew up in Chicago? Are you kidding? That's insane. Is that really
Okay.
Like, who doesn't like the Bears? Like, the Bears are like the most lovable, like, great team ever.
Alexa,
Yeah, right.
You said yourself that you don't know anything or care really about football, so how can you even be a fan?
I grew up there. My dad was a big Bears fan, so, like, I love the Bears. Like, that's where I grew up. That's where I'm from. You can't hold that against me. Are you kidding?
I think that's rational. I mean, that's her hometown, dude. It's like hometown
Yeah, but
pride.
why even care about the team?
Why do you worry about what she's caring about? Why does he even care that she likes the Bears? Jeremy,
Yeah.
really over a team?
Look, there's just, you know, when you go out on a date and you know that there's that one thing, you know you can never have a meaningful relationship with that person.
Whoa, okay.
Such a nice time. You were like touching
Again,
my
there's
hand.
nothing wrong with Alexa except the Bears thing.
Jeremy,
I'm not going to go, and I mean, look, that's what I do with my buddies. We go, we watch
you
football.
do with your buddies
we
and you
love
root for the Seahawks because you love the Seahawks so much. Have they ever won the Super Bowl?
Alexa,
I thought
bring it,
Alexa,
girl.
Alexa, I thought you didn't know anything about football. Like now you're bringing up Super Bowls.
They've never won the Super Bowl. I know that for a fact.
Okay,
Wow.
Alexa, were you playing like you didn't know anything about football? Because from your reaction about the team and everything else, it sounds like you actually know some things about football.
Not that much. I mean, some. I wasn't like faking it to be like all girly so he'd like me. Like I want to learn more. Like I mean, I knew the Bears. Like I knew the Bears from when I was a kid. I knew the Bears like that my dad loved. I think it's so crazy that we like connected and we potentially could have had a really nice time. And because of me being from Chicago, that's like the deal killer. Come on.
See, football is important to me. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what I like. You know, that's what I do, and it's something like I share with my friends. I'd like to share with the woman I.
Don't you think it'd be nice to have something of your own? Like, I hate basketball. My husband loves it. He can have that.
I don't care about it. It's like an emotional thing from growing up. Anyway, whatever. This is moot because I think you're kind of a jerk.
Wow.
There comes the
man.
truth.
Jeremy, let me ask you this. Like, okay, I'm a huge Lakers fan because I grew up in LA and I love the team. If I met a girl who was a Celtics fan, who is our number one rival, I would actually be okay with that because then we could talk trash. You know what I mean? Like, I would enjoy that. So you can't see that side of it where it might be kind of fun?
I get what you're saying. Like, you can have your own things, but Sunday is the day. Like, that's.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I don't know.
So you want somebody that roots for your team. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's your reason.
To most people, Sunday is a sacred church day, but to Jeremy, it's all about football. It's the church
sacred.
of football.
It's a church of football, yeah. As we do in all the second date updates, we'll offer you two another date if you'd like to go out. We'll pay for it.
Oh.
Send
I
you,
don't think she wants to go out.
Um,
I would consider it, but only if he would wear a Bears jersey.
Oh, wow. Sacrilegious.
Jeremy?
I mean, come on, man.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm sure you guys have had friends that argue all the time with their significant other.
Mhm.
Like, that couple that they can't ever go out anywhere because it's going to end in an argument.
Mhm.
That has to start at some point, maybe even on a first date.
Oh.
Kind of what happened with Nick, who wants us to call Grace today. That's the girl that he went out with. I don't even know why Nick wants to call her because it sounds like a horrible first date. But we're going to talk to him about it anyway and ask. Nick, how are you?
Hey, guys. First off, I just want to say I'm like a huge, huge fan of the show. You guys are awesome.
Thanks,
Jubal, like, you're the man. I love listening to the stuff you guys do on the radio.
All right.
Okay.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Now we're getting out of control, Nick. Let's be honest.
Nick, your email said that you and Grace, the girl you went out with, argued the whole time on your date. Why do you want to call her? Why do you even want a second date?
I don't know, man. I just felt like there was some kind of, like, connection, like there's something fiery about
It's
the whole
not passion,
thing.
dude.
Well, was it the type of arguing that's like over big theological issues, or was it the kind of like fiery debate that you can have with some people? Because I think that's nice sometimes.
It was just like about some stuff, like some of it was about stuff that happened that night, but
Can you get more specific here?
yeah, well, I'll give you like sort of the lowdown of like what happened.
Okay.
Basically, like we'd met online. It was either like Tinder or it was OkCupid or
You don't even know which place you met her at, Nick.
How much online dating are you doing, dude?
I don't know, like a good deal. I mean, it's fun, it's fun to meet people.
Right.
Okay.
So you met Grace on some website, and you guys met up. Now, your email said that you started off arguing. You started the whole thing off with an argument. How does that even happen, dude? How do you start off with an argument on your first date right away?
Well, like we met up at this parking lot. Like we met in the mall parking lot.
Okay.
Because she was like, oh, we don't really know each other that well. I don't want you to like come pick me up at like my house.
Right.
Which I respect for. So we're like hanging out in the parking lot of this mall, and I was like, all right, well, let's go. I made a reservation somewhere else. And she was like, oh, well, I kind of thought we would be here. And I was like, no, like, it's at another restaurant down the way. Like, just hop in my car and we'll go.
Oh, so she didn't want to get in the car with you because she thought you were a creep.
Yeah. She didn't want to get in the car.
And you guys argued about that?
Well, I was like, like, it's a date. It seems like a more sort of economical
Get in the
idea.
car!
Yeah.
Get in here!
Nick,
So-
you don't sound like a fiery person. You sound pretty laid back.
Well, I have, like, opinions, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I wanted to do nice things for her, and she wasn't letting me do them. And I was like, hey, like, I want to drive you to the date.
Okay. So she said, no, I don't want to get in your car. You said, get in the car now. I'm taking you to dinner. She said, no. Did it get heated with you guys?
We were arguing, but it didn't really get heated until we got to the restaurant. And that's when, like, the big argument started.
Big argument. You guys have known each other for all of what? An hour by this point?
Probably like 50 minutes. Yeah, a little less.
Okay, so what was the argument about in the restaurant?
Well, she like went to sit down, and I could see that she had this tattoo on her hip.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Oh, what's that? Can you tell me what it's about?" And she was like, "No, I'd rather not." And I was like, "Well, come on, like it's on your body, like you got a tattoo on your body. It's there forever. It's in a pretty visible place. Like, what is it?" And she was like, "No, I got it when I was 17. I don't really just would rather not talk about it on a first date."
Why didn't you just let it go then, Nick?
Well, I tried to forget it and not think about it, and then a minute would go by and it would come into my head again. And just ask, and I would say why can't we just talk about this now so we can get to the next part of dinner?
Oh my God, Nick! You
So-
know you're coming off as crazy, right?
You argued with her the entire date. How did things end with you guys?
Well, I was pretty upset about it, and she was pretty upset about it. And, we drove back to the parking lot, and it got a little bit worse, and then she just left.
Were you? I mean, at any point during this, did the arguments escalate into actual yelling?
Yeah, definitely.
So Nick, why do you even want to call her back for a second date? You guys obviously don't get along.
I really liked her. She's really pretty, and she had a cool energy about her. She was really feisty, and she didn't take any crap from me, and she would just give it right back. And I felt like it could be a really cool sexual energy too.
That's what it is. Nick, do you normally fall for girls who tend to beat you up a little bit?
I like a girl who can stand up for herself.
Right.
But screaming at the end of a date, not exactly the same as feisty.
Yeah, but you never know, sometimes people are together and they just have that thing where they know how to push each other's buttons.
You fight and then you make up.
This girl is
And
not.
the makeup is very nice. All right, Nick. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, get her on the phone. And we already know why she's not calling you back. That's a terrible first date you just told us about. But we'll see if we can get you a second date, I guess. Okay?
All right, cool.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, I figured it out. I figured out how Nick, who's on the phone to do a second date update with us right now, can actually get this girl to go out with him again.
Apologize profusely and swear it won't happen again.
No.
Oh.
Well, kind of, I guess. Nick's about to have us call Grace for a second date update. Their first date was filled with arguments. It started at the car and continued on through dinner. They argued the whole time. Nick, you want a second date with her, right?
Yeah, definitely.
For whatever reason. I'm guessing the best way to do that is to just tell her, hey, at least it's going to be all uphill from here. It can't get any worse than what happened on our first date.
Unless she disagrees with you and then you start a fight.
Yeah. And then just ends up in an argument.
I mean, I'm willing to try whatever, so.
Okay, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone, talk to her about your date, and then we'll connect you with her. Okay?
Great.
All right, man. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is Grace there?
this is she.
Hello, Grace. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Do you know who I am?
I do. I just don't know why you're calling me, but hello.
Do you know who I am, Grace?
I feel like you've used that line a couple of times.
I have,
Yeah.
mostly at restaurants.
Uh-huh.
So you listen to our show at all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Have you ever heard the second date updates before?
I think I heard one.
Okay. So you kind of know what it is. It's where you go out on a date with somebody, end up not calling them back. They email us to get you on the phone and ask why. The person that I'm calling about is named Nick.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nope. And I feel like
That was the best response you ever could have given.
I feel like this is a very memorable date for you because we actually talked to Nick. We read his email, and he said that you guys argued throughout the whole first date, but Nick still wants to go out with you.
He is a loon. I'm glad we're doing this because this is going to be like a warning to everybody on Match.com.
Oh my
Okay.
God. He didn't even list Match.
So what happened on the date?
So I told him, let's meet in the mall parking lot. That's where I always meet dates because I don't know these guys yet.
Right.
And I told him we're going to go to eat at the restaurant that was, right there where I had parked. He starts going into a fit, wanting me to get in his car because he's going to take me to a place that's, quote, bitchin'.
Bitchin'. I'm going to take you to a bitchin' spot.
That's like a 5-star Yelp
Yeah,
review.
well, he explained that to us, Grace. He told us all about your argument in the parking lot that you didn't want to get in the car, and he said that he had planned to take you to a nice dinner and wanted to drive you there, and told us how you argued quite a bit.
So we're in the car, and he starts trying to kiss me at every stop sign.
No, he didn't.
Really? Right away?
Yes, I'm like, get out of here. And then he says, you need to be more open with me.
Wow. Okay, he didn't mention anything about the kissing. I'll go ahead, Grace, and tell you what else he said about your date.
Go ahead.
He said that you went to the restaurant and got in a little bit of an argument about your tattoo.
It was like a dog seeing a bone. He would not shut up
about this tattoo. Where'd you get it? What's it mean? What, did you have it held where you did it here? What color ink did they use? Who was I'm like, shut up. First, it's private, first of all. If I want you to know what my tattoo is, I'll tell you. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't. So I'm getting mad. And I'm just start yelling. And I said, it's none of your business. And so he said, well, if that's your attitude, you're paying for dinner.
Oh,
no! It was worth $40 to me to just get him out of my sight. I put down the $40, and I'm like, take me back to my car now. I mean, really, I could have ran there, but I had on good shoes.
Hey, Grace, I'll tell you this. Nick, when he was talking about you, I said, why do you even want to go out on a second date with Grace? Because you guys argued the whole time. Right? I didn't know about him being a weirdo or whatever with you. I just knew about you guys arguing. And I said, why would you want to go out with her again? He said, I love the fact that she's got spunk and she stands up for herself. You do have a lot of spunk.
Yeah.
He got that right.
And you're funny.
Yeah, what if you were to talk to Nick right now? What would you say to him?
Well, I'd have to spit because I'd throw up in my mouth a little bit. But I would just suggest a bit of therapy. He just, I don't know if his meds hadn't kicked in yet or they wore off or what the backstory is.
Hey,
but he's got issues.
Grace?
Oh, my God, Grace.
Yeah.
Nick is actually on the phone.
Hey, Grace.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, not at all. Nick, what do you have to say for yourself? Is everything that Grace said true?
I mean, it's not that bad, but we had some hiccups in our date, and
Well, you told us about the hiccups. You told us about the hiccups, but I'm talking about trying to kiss her as soon as she got in the car and that kind of stuff.
Well, I met her online. Like, a lot of the girls that I've met online are, down, to kiss, pretty much right off the bat.
I feel like that's probably
man.
not true.
They're not, Nick. They might be doing it to shut you up because, first of all, I have never been around anybody that uses more words but says absolutely nothing and takes 25 minutes to do it. I mean, you are one of the most annoying human beings that has ever walked this earth.
Wow.
See, that's why I like you, because you got that spunk. You're not afraid to, tell it how it is and stuff like that.
Right. Here's how it is. The guys didn't let me finish my story. When we got to my car, finally, thank the Lord, he started crying.
What was he saying?
What? Why was he crying?
Well, I just don't understand why this is South, because I think that you're just an awesome chick, and there's all this energy and chemistry.
Nick.
And he jumped in the back seat of my car.
He jumped in the backseat of your car.
How'd you get him out?
He's sitting there, I'm not going to get out until you promise me a second date. I'm not going to get out. Sometimes I just got to warm up.
So
I'll be better on the next day. And so I was like, okay, I'll go out with you again. And the freak got out of my car, and I'd like to apologize to them all because I left big old tire marks as I was going out.
Nick, is all that true?
Well, I was upset,
Nick.
Nick, you
put
okay?
all this energy and focus into something,
Nick,
and then,
Nick, you are very calmly talking about this. You don't see anything wrong with your behavior.
No, I do. I don't think I was the perfect date or anything like that. But that's what I wanted to go on a second
The perfect date, Nick.
That was an understatement of the century, Nick.
Nick, I'm gonna recap one thing real quick for you. You were in tears, blubbering, jumped in the backseat of her car, refused to get out unless you would go on a second date. That is not normal behavior, man.
All right. Well, I don't know. I was improvising.
Okay.
Nick?
Yeah.
How about this? You don't have to cry and throw yourself around this time. I will ask for a second date for you. Grace, would you like to go out with Nick again? We will pay for a second date. Please don't yell at me.
Come on.
Yeah, I would. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a therapist's office. I'm going to drop him off, and you guys will pay for it. That'll probably be the nicest thing you've done this year.
It's like a charity case for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, there you go, man. That's what happened.
Well, win some, lose some, I guess.
Hey, Nick, are we still cool? I know that you got put through a lot here with Grace and everything else and being in this segment. you may feel ripped on everything else. We're still cool, right? Like, you still are friends with the show and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are cool. I mean, like,
Okay.
you went out of your way to do this for me. That's pretty cool.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for the second date update. Take care.
All right, I will.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Jewel.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure he was still friends with us because he is crazy.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I've been on a lot of first dates where during the entire date I have to remind myself what her name is.
Oh my God, you're such a bad person.
But the guy on the phone
bad.
for today's second date update went above and beyond what he needed to do to make sure that he knew his date, maybe even a little too well.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out why in just a second, but first let's talk to him. His name is Ian. Ian, how are you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Thank you for doing the second date update today. So I read your email, and the amount of effort that you put in to this first date is very impressive to me.
Oh, thank you.
All right, before we get to what happened, let's talk about your date first. What's her name?
Her name is Allie.
Allie. And where did you meet Allie?
We met at a local bar, just at a local bar.
Okay, how? How'd you meet her at a local bar?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I probably should have said that as well. I was putting songs into the jukebox at the bar, and I had a few credits left over, but there were no more songs that I wanted to hear. So I asked the nearby pretty girl if she had any song requests that I could play for her, and then we just kind of struck up a conversation from there.
You actually played her song?
Pretty cute.
Oh, of course, yes.
Oh, I would have rather you been like, that's a terrible suggestion. Whatever. But hey, what's your name?
I love that that's your first initial thought, and mine is, oh, if they get married, that will be their first dance song.
Oh, that is cute.
Well, no, probably not. She had me play Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Oh.
That would be an amazing first dance song.
It'd be memorable.
So we exchanged numbers, names, obviously, as well. And she said it would be okay if I asked her out sometime.
So what'd you guys actually do when you went out on a date?
Well, I had put together a picnic spread with just a few snacks, and I had made a little surprise for her.
And I'm glad that we've gotten to this part because that's the thing that I read in your email that was very interesting to me, if this is the surprise you're talking about.
I feel like he knows what women want. Picnics with wine and food, and then even a thoughtful gift or whatever you're talking
wait
about.
until you hear the surprise, and then we can see if you think this is romantic, because honestly, I don't know. It could be romantic or it could be a little strange, but tell us what you did.
I actually think it's very romantic. It's certainly unique. I think it'll stick in her mind. So that's good.
Okay, it's very clinical description of your surprise.
Well, I mean, I know what I'm bringing to the table, as it were.
All right. I like that, Ian. So what was the surprise?
Well, so I went on the computer. I did a lot of research, and I put together and printed out a rather extensive family tree.
A family tree?
Wait, what? Whose family tree?
For her, for Allison, for Allie.
Wait, of her family?
Yes, it's remarkably easy to find, actually. If you can find their Facebook page, if they have marked any of their relatives, their mom or a sister or anything, it's pretty easy to figure out the whole timeline. I went back for Allison. I went back, I believe it was 6 or 7 generations.
Wow.
Very interesting stuff.
Did she seem interested in it?
She seemed very interested in it. Yeah, it seemed like she thought it was very cool.
Are you sure? I mean, a girl you met at a bar shows up to a park with basically a complete stranger, and he has the whole history of her entire bloodline.
When you put it like that.
That's weird, man.
Well, I mean, she did seem a little bit taken aback at first, but
yeah.
Well, once I started pointing out some of the more interesting features of her timeline, she seemed to get more into it. She had a pretty famous great, I think 4 generations back. So great.
Did you just? It sounds like you just pulled up the family tree in front of you.
Yeah.
Did you just?
Yeah, I've got it pulled up right now. It's just sitting on my computer.
Oh, okay.
That is.
So who is the great grandfather? You didn't get to that point.
Oh, he was a prospector at a gold mine, one of the first out in California.
Hey!
Wow.
Dude,
That's pretty cool.
no, none of
didn't
this
know
is
that.
cool.
None of it is cool, guys. There's one cool thing about what this guy did.
It's interesting.
No, it's like stalking on a whole nother level.
No.
I'm not a stalker. It's not as if I'm out in a tree in front of her apartment. I mean, one of the things we talked about when we were at the bar was that I'm very into genealogy. I have a subscription to Ancestry.com. This is the hobby of mine, and she thought it was cool, and so I thought I would make her a gift. I don't know where the stalker is coming in.
So it's
Yeah, Brooke.
it's not like you did the family tree thing completely out of the blue. She knew that this was a passion of yours.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's better.
no. If you say your hobby is photography and you show up with pictures of her, that's strange, okay? If you had talked to her and said, hey, would you want me to research your family? And she said yes, that's a whole different story.
Well, then that kind of takes away the surprise aspect of it.
Yes, it does. It would be, I think it would be at least interesting. So, did you spend the whole time going over her family tree, or did you do other things?
The tree was the largest part of the conversation. It was sitting right there, and frankly, I spent a lot of time on it and learned a lot of things about her history that I wanted to share with her.
Dude,
Okay.
you took so many chances on that. Like, she could have a family that she hates or an uncle that's in prison for all you know.
I'm actually 99.9% certain she does not have an uncle in prison. I would know. I went through her history.
That's true. You did the research, and you know all about her.
How did the date end? What was the last thing you guys said to each other?
So I drove her home, and as we pulled up to her place, she said that was the most unique first date she'd ever been on. Thank you. I said I would call her, and she said she was looking forward to it. And then she said she was going to put the family tree up on her wall, maybe in a nice frame.
Wow.
Oh, all right. So
Maybe.
it sounds like she did like it then, if she wants to put it on her wall.
Well, I don't know why she would say she did like it so many times if she didn't.
That's true. Okay.
Maybe I'm just totally different than she is.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Hold on, don't go anywhere.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Welcome back
That's
to the
awesome.
second date update. If you're wondering why I'm starting it with Sister Sledge, We Are Family, that's because of what Ian did for his first date with a girl named Allie. It's probably one of the most creative things I've ever heard anybody do for a first date. Definitely the most work I've heard a lot of people put into a first date. He actually made her a family tree. He got her name from Facebook, found some of her family members, went online. I guess he's a big enthusiast of this kind of thing. He does it for all his friends and family and stuff like that for Christmas and gifts. And he decided he was going to make her a gift, a family tree for their first date. He thinks that she was impressed by it and really liked it. But now she's not calling him back. So we're going to see if we can get her on the phone and find out why. Ian?
Yes.
Is that one of your favorite songs, by the way?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Ian, I just want to apologize, okay? I think I went in a little bit hard on you on your surprise.
That's okay. You called me a stalker, but I can
Yeah,
forgive
well,
that.
I mean, that would have been my reaction had I received that information about myself from someone I didn't know. But maybe she liked it, but also be prepared that she didn't, okay?
Well, I mean, again, I am hoping she did like it, but she is not calling me back, so you might be onto something there.
Well, we'll figure out why right now, okay? I'm going to dial her phone number.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Allie.
This is.
Hey, Allie, how are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I assume some sort of business.
Well, it's not, I guess it is kind of a business. I don't know.
business?
It's actually a radio show.
Okay. Well, so what is this about?
This is about a guy that you know. He's a friend of the show, and he actually emailed us hoping that we could get you on the phone because you're not calling him back after your first date.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his name is Ian. So Ian emailed us saying that he thought he had a wonderful first date with you, but ever since then he's tried to get a hold of you and you're not responding to his text messages or phone calls. So he thought maybe we could get you on the phone and find out if something went wrong on your date.
That's really weird.
I know. It's a segment we do on our show all the time. So he emailed us, and now I'm asking you the question. Did you like your date with Ian?
It was interesting.
I feel like that's a good adjective to use.
What did you want me to tell you? I mean,
Well, how about this? I'll tell you what he told us.
okay.
Okay. He said that he met you at a bar and then went out for a picnic. And at your picnic, he presented you with a huge family history thing that he had made from some website or something.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Did that freak you out? That would have freaked me out.
Well, it took me by surprise for sure.
Yeah.
I had never met anybody who has gone to such great lengths to impress me, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, he said that you guys had talked about it and you knew that he was into this kind of thing.
Oh, I did. I just wasn't expecting, I guess, on the first date for him to whip out my full entire family tree.
Yeah.
I mean, not even just my grandparents, like my great grandparents, and then beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Like to bring up genealogy as a hobby and then to troll your Facebook page to find out who your great grandfather is a big leap.
It's a lot of work.
Was it at least impressive to you? I mean, he did a lot of research. Obviously, he liked you.
Yes, that part is very impressive because I'm sure that took a lot of time. But then that's also creepy because now he has a lot of my family's information.
Yeah, it's a weird line because, he told us about it, and I went back and forth. I was like, is it creepy or is it a nice thing from a guy who's just really into finding out people's family histories?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but I went back and forth. Is this impressive or is this weird? But then it just got, straight up weird.
It got stranger after your surprise?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. So after our picnic where he presented me with the family tree, we start walking down this hill, and then he's like, ta-da, surprise. I'm like, what is this surprise? And he's like, this is the oldest cemetery in the state. I'm like, cool, awesome. Then he said, look over there. Over there is where your great-grandparents are buried.
What?
Okay.
He took you to the burial site of your family?
Oh, that's not even, there's one more layer of weird to this. Then he whips out cheesecake, like, let's finish our picnic at my great-grandparents' grave.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he knows nothing about your feelings on death or if you knew these people, or right?
No, and he basically was like, let's spend time with your great-grandparents.
So did you stand there and eat cheesecake in front of your great-grandparents' grave?
I woofed that cheesecake down and got the hell out of there.
That is the best visual I've ever heard of in my whole life.
Did you guys talk during it, or?
Oh, no, I was eating so fast.
What was his reasoning for wanting you to be at his...
Because he wanted me to know about my history and spend time with them.
Did you learn anything new from eating cheesecake at your great-grandparents' grave?
He told me a couple facts about them, but in my mind, I'm like, just finish the cake. Just eat this cheesecake and let's go.
I'm sorry. I just have a quick thing to say here.
Oh, all right. I was hoping you would wait.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Allie, that's Ian. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about?
I mean that he was on the phone the whole time listening, and he wanted to talk to you. He was supposed to wait until I brought him into the conversation, but he just couldn't help himself, I guess.
I'm sorry that I jumped in. I couldn't help myself. I feel like Allie's missing something that's kind of just inherently cool about the fact that she has distant relatives, not even distant relatives, direct line relatives that live right in town. I myself, I had to go to Scotland to have this same experience of being able to see the gravestones of my great-great-grandparents. That's history. That's your own personal history.
Ian,
Yes,
Ian,
yes.
Ian, can I just cut you off for a second? I do think that's really cool. I mean, that is awesome, and that would be a really sweet romantic thing, but you just met me. Can't we talk about that and get to that point? Like, I don't know, 3 years from now?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years from now, that's a long time. There could be a whole other generation, and they have to redo the family tree.
Okay, well, At this point, I think that you can stop working on my family tree.
Yeah, Allie, I mean, did you have fun with him outside of the kind of strange research he did into your history?
I could have maybe dealt with the family tree thing because that was pretty impressive. But then taking somebody to a cemetery on a first date, I mean, come on.
Yeah, Ian.
It's a lot.
Come back from that.
I know that you don't really understand how she's not fully impressed by the family tree thing, but taking somebody to a gravesite on a first date.
I feel like everyone's blowing this very out of proportion. The grandparents, finding the grandparents was actually pretty easy, but the main setup, the main research was going into the family tree. That's what's at the time. I think that's what we should focus on. That's the part you kind of like.
Well, we need to focus on taking somebody to a gravesite on a first date, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, what if I put it this way, Ian? What if I say, like, hey, maybe you spent too much time investing on where Allie came from instead of who she is right now?
Thank you.
Allie doesn't even know who she is if she doesn't know her past. Then I come into her life and I can help her figure it out.
Savior.
Are you kidding? I think you need to wait and find out some more about me first, but at this point, it's not going to happen.
What a wonderful lead into my question, Allie. Would you like Ian to learn more about you and go out on a second date with him? We will pay for it.
Hell no. First, he freaks me out. Then he insults me. No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. That was certainly not my intention. I feel like if we could go out again and just start from fresh, that would be good. And I will tell you there is an extra incentive if you have another date with me. I found out some pretty interesting things about a great aunt of yours.
I don't care. At this point, I don't care, and I don't want to go to her grave either.
Okay, I can just email you the information and the
Great,
links. She has a Wikipedia page. She was
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty famous.
Well, Allie, thank you for talking to us about your date.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ian, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date, but maybe this is a lesson learned.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And what's that lesson?
Don't ask people out on a first date. They're going to be ungrateful about research you do.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, I don't think I'd like to go out with this guy, but I'm wondering if I could hire him to do some research on my family. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude named Allie wanted to call a girl, or Ian wanted to call a girl named Allie that he went out with. She wasn't calling him back, and he couldn't figure out why, because for their first date, he went to great lengths and actually researched her whole family tree and even presented her with a nice little presentation basically on her family. And then we found out when we got her on the phone that not only did he do that, he took her on a picnic next to a cemetery that was the gravesite for her great-grandparents.
Oh, dude.
And he took her to their grave to have dessert.
Yeah.
She was obviously creeped out by that and doesn't want to go out with him again.
The other thing is, some people may be really into that, but it's not a first date move.
Definitely.
Right? It's like,
definitely
get
not.
to know you first, and then maybe we can move on to that if you're into that whole thing.
But he didn't get it.
No,
At all.
No,
he didn't.
He's like, what are you talking about? This is great. Everybody should learn about their family history. And I went out of the way and took you to where your dead great-grandparents are.
Yeah.
Come on.
Some people are pissed at us. Someone wrote in, I hope you didn't ruin him. He was just being chivalrous.
Oh,
I
he'll
don't
be fine.
I don't think we ruined him. I don't
Yeah.
think he realized that she was like really angry at him. He just didn't understand. He put it back on her. That's like, well, fine. Then just don't go out with guys who are doing research on your family if you don't want to know about it. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It's always annoying when you're starting to date somebody new and then one of your exes approaches them and starts telling them all kinds of lies about you.
Oh my God, that's not just
Like, I know
annoying.
I've had that happen to me a few times where I've been dating somebody new and then my ex will approach them and be like, oh, you're dating Jubal. He's such a thoughtful and good lover. And that is obviously a lie. And that's kind of what happened to Chris, who's on the phone for a second date update today. One of his exes tried to hate on him. And that's why he thinks the girl is not calling him back. Chris, how are you?
I'm all right, Jubal. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Thank you for your email. I read it, and it, outraged me at what your ex-girlfriend did to you. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was bullshit, man. I mean, I had a great. I'm sorry. Can I say that?
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get into what your ex-girlfriend did to you, first tell us about the girl that you want to call today.
So her name's Heather, and we met through mutual friends. And man, she's just cute. She's sweet. I'd seen her picture, and I met her at a party, and my buddy introduced us. And like the perfect girl. She's. I kind of like short brunettes, and she's short and brunette and really attractive and fun and just. I don't know, really witty and kind of challenged me. There's something about this girl.
You're right. She sounds like perfection to me. Short, brunette, and really witty. So what'd you guys do on your date?
We went out for dessert. There's this really cool gelato place that reminds me a lot of, I don't know, like the perfect date from a romantic comedy. I know that kind of sounds silly. I'm a guy, that shouldn't matter, but I think people are more relaxed around dessert. And we went and had gelato. It was so much fun.
I think that's a perfect date, too.
It wasn't a romantic comedy, but I did get a kiss at the end of the night. We had fun. I went home. I was kind of floating on a cloud. And then
I love that.
I can't get her to call me back.
And you think the reason she's not calling you back is because of what happened later that night when you got home, right?
That's the only thing I can figure out. I logged onto Facebook, and the guy had checked us in at the gelato place. I wanted the friend who had introduced us to know that we were out on a date, and I'm not going to lie, the girl was really cute. I was proud of being on a date with her and wanted people to see it. And so I had tagged her on Facebook, and all of a sudden I looked down, and first off, my ex-girlfriend had liked the post, which is always scary.
That's
creepy. Weird.
Yeah. And she commented on it as well, and I think the comments might be why she's not calling me back.
Is your ex-girlfriend just crazy?
Oh, she's a crazy man. Let me tell you, I don't have a clue why I did. I mean, she was cute, but she was insane.
It sounds like it, especially from what you put in your email that she said in the comments section. Why don't you tell everybody what she said?
So the first post was, "Congrats, Chris. Looks like you found a new buck-toothed to mess around with."
Are you kidding me? She said that on your comment section?
That was the first one.
Did you delete it immediately?
I deleted it immediately, but there were also two more under that I didn't see until I got home.
Why have you not blocked your ex from your Facebook page?
Well, I've blocked her now. I mean, I didn't realize she was as nuts as she actually is, but holy shit. Yeah, it was, the second two weren't any better than the first.
So after she called her a buck-tooth, what else did she have to say?
The second one said, "Are you going to ignore and manipulate this one too?"
Oh, whoa.
Did you like that one and just underneath that put yes?
No, I deleted it, but the worst one may have been the one that she directed specifically at Heather. And it just said, "Hey girl, let me tell you, fair warning from someone who's been there, one word, herpes."
Is that true?
Before I say that this is a horrible thing, Chris, do you have herpes?
No, I don't have herpes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I didn't know if she was saying a truthful statement or if she was lying about you.
No, she's just crazy.
Chris.
So you deleted the comments, but you think that Heather still might have seen them.
That's the only reason I can figure out that she won't call me back.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
I would
yeah.
have nothing to do with you if I saw exes leave comments like that.
Yeah, that's understandable, because even if she thinks that she's lying about the herpes and stuff, which I'm still not fully on your side, Chris, I don't know if that's true or not. But even if she didn't believe that, just the fact that you have a crazy ex like that is enough to scare anybody away.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so concerned. I think she saw the Facebook page, and she saw that, she read it and said, "That guy's kryptonite. I don't want anything to do with him." That's why I need your help. The date went well. Things are going well, and I don't have herpes.
I like that's
right,
how you can defend yourself.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you on this. That's probably why she's not calling you back. I'm guessing she saw them or somebody she knows saw them and told her about the messages.
Chris, you sound like a nice guy, but did you do something really bad to this girl to make her so bitter and angry?
No, I mean, I don't really know how to break up with a girl. And so I kind of just got aloof and distant and she'd send me text messages, and I'd just slowly but surely not return them to the point that she broke up with me.
Okay, so she's just bitter.
Yeah. She's just bitter.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call Heather, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second part of the second date update, Chris is on the phone with us. He thinks he's not getting a call back because of a crazy ex-girlfriend. He went out with this girl named Heather. They had a good time, even ended the evening with a kiss. But then when he went back home after the date, he checked his Facebook, and in the comments section, his ex-girlfriend left a bunch of mean comments. Things like, "Congrats, Chris. Looks like you found some new bucktooth to mess around with."
Oh, my gosh.
And that's just one of them. I guess she also said, "Are you going to ignore and manipulate this one too?"
Oh.
And then to top it all off, her last comment was, "Hey, girl, let me give you fair warning from someone who's been there. One word, herpes in all caps." So Chris is guessing that Heather saw that and is like, yeah, I don't want to go out with this guy anymore. Chris, I didn't ask you this. How long has it been since you've heard from her?
It's 4 days.
And you didn't hear anything back after that last kiss?
No, I mean, we kissed, and we made plans that we would chat the next day, and then nothing.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update. You ready?
All right, thanks.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
May I speak to Heather, please?
this is.
Hey, Heather, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
The radio show?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No?
Maybe.
Do you know who I am, or are you pretending?
Yeah. I've heard of you guys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So have you ever listened to the show?
Like maybe on accident.
That's
You know
the
what?
best
That's the way
response ever.
most people listen anyway, so congratulations. So that's awesome.
Hi.
Hey, I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where you go out on a date with somebody, and then if you end up not calling them back after that date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask if something went wrong. We recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Uh-oh.
His name is Chris. You guys went out for gelato.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well, Chris has been trying to get a hold of you, and he's wondering why you're not calling him back.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I feel so horrible. He honestly thinks I'm blowing him off.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He
Okay.
thinks that you want nothing to do with him.
Oh, God. I lost my phone. Like, I lost my phone, like, 4 days ago or something, and I just got it today. Like, literally, like, 3 hours ago, I just got a new phone.
That's not even a lie?
I've just been, like, trying to put all my contacts back on it and everything, and, I feel so horrible that he thinks that.
So are you saying you're not blowing him off?
No, oh my God, no. I had a great time. I was planning on calling him like later today once I got all my contacts back and everything.
Well, that's pretty anticlimactic. I was hoping you had something terrible to say about him, but
Oh, no. Sorry
Oh.
to disappoint you. I really liked him. We had a great time.
Oh, that's so
well,
cute.
in that case,
Could you like email him or call him and tell him that I will be calling him later tonight?
I could do that, but why don't you just do it yourself? Because Chris is actually on the other line listening.
Hey, Heather.
What? Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry to put you on the radio and have these guys call you. We had such a great date. I mean, we ended it. We said we'd call each other, and then I didn't text or email. I didn't get anything, and I was just worried you didn't want to go on a date again. I really like you. I'd like to go on a second date.
Oh God, I'm so sorry that this happened. I lost my phone, and it's like my whole world got messed up. I'm so sorry that you thought that. And yes, I would totally love to go on a second date with you.
Heather, are you sure you want to go on a second date with someone who would just jump to conclusions like that you never wanted to talk to him again after 4 days?
I might have done the same thing, honestly. I don't know.
Give me something. This is like the nicest second date update ever.
I mean, you guys are supposed to be helping me out here, guys.
It's just, usually something dramatic happens, and this is kind of boring.
Well, I mean, I don't really have any issues. I mean, I guess the
the more exciting part of this is that, like, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but, we had a good time. And
Heather, you don't even understand the things that we hear in these second date updates from time to time. Like, sometimes there was this one guy that we did a second date update with who went on a date with a girl, and then he checked them in somewhere.
Don't
and
do this.
When he got back to the house, there were, like, comments from his ex-girlfriend, like, calling the girl a and saying that he had herpes and stuff like that. Like, we've done second date updates where that's happened.
Jubal.
Oh,
Isn't that
my
crazy?
God, that's horrible.
Yeah,
that is drama that I would definitely want to avoid. That's horrible.
Yeah, can you believe that, Chris? I didn't tell you that story, did I?
No,
that's a crazy
that's
one.
really bad. But Heather, should we go ahead and start setting up our second date?
No, wait, but before we get into that, I want to tell Heather the story because it's like I couldn't believe it when we did that second date update a while ago where that guy was talking about his crazy ex commenting on his Facebook like that. I mean, Heather, could you imagine if that happened to you? You'd probably never want to date that guy, huh?
Yeah, definitely not. I would not want to be in that nightmare situation.
Yeah, I think most people wouldn't want to be. I mean, with a crazy ex like that and then, like, claiming that the guy has herpes.
Oh, my God, what? Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, that's another thing she said.
In that guy's defense, what if none of that was true? Like, I'm just standing up for that guy. What if none of that was real?
Oh, you just standing up for that guy, huh, Chris?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't hear that second date update, but I mean, if none of that's true and he doesn't have herpes and the girl's just crazy, it doesn't make him a bad guy.
You know what, Chris? That doesn't even matter. It still means that he's attached to some kind of psycho ex that could do crazy to you later on. You know what I mean, Heather?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they make movies about it, so.
Yeah, they do. Oh, no. It's a good thing that this second date update didn't end up like that, Heather. I'm really happy.
Oh, good. Me too.
Yeah, and it's cool that we could reconnect you guys. This is like the first positive second date update we've had in a while. That leads me to my question. Would you like to go out on a second date with Chris? I will pay for it.
Oh, well, I was going to go out with him anyway, but if you're going to pay for it too, that's awesome.
Chris, you got your second date, man. Way to go.
Yes. Oh, Thank you.
Hey, Chris, isn't there anything else that you want to tell her before we let her go?
No.
No, I mean, I'm excited for our second date, and I really am sorry I put her on the radio.
I thought there was something else, though.
That she has beautiful eyes, that we had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see her again.
Okay, yeah, that was it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking about something else.
You seal the deal, Chris. You seal the deal. It's good. You're good.
Well, congratulations, Heather and Chris. I hope you guys enjoy your evening out.
Thank you.
Yep, and take care, Heather, because it could be your last.
You're funny. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, you will. You will. All right, guys, have a good one.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.